So initially I had this black aluminum, and these are all aluminum. That is the key. That's part of the key here when it comes to mounts. You don't want anything plastic. It's a complete waste of your time, okay? So I had my mount here. I had it in the upright position where the mount is on the top, okay? I'll show you that. So we're gonna use this one. This one just came in the mail today from wish.com. Takes a while to get them, but when it costs $1, it is worth it. Yes, we'll discuss wish.com in, I don't know, shortly. So this is how I had my GoPro mounted. Just like this. And it sat up top just like that, okay? So I have cables here that come from the side of my STIs, my shifters. It would be nice if they came out the rears, like an Altegra or a 105 group set, just a different shifter setup that where the brake cable, because the brake cable goes along the bar here, and then the shifters are just kind of out here. It'd be nice if they were going both in the same direction, so then I could kind of mount my camera everywhere without having the cables in place. But either way, I think that's a viewer preference. So you can mount it up top, or you can put it on the bottom and mount it hanging below, okay? So it's funny because now that I'm looking at it, I don't really know why I didn't have it like that in the first place. That's interesting. That's very interesting. So I was just complaining 2 seconds ago to myself. Yeah, I was talking to myself. It's okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to swap this up. And now that I'm playing with it, I don't know why, but for video demonstration purposes, to educate you guys, show you guys something, this is the actual size. This is what it looks like. I'm using my fingers as a comparison, or the actual mount itself, the housing, as the size, right? Because when you're looking at something online, you're looking at a photo or something, you never really can tell the actual size. So I was going to put it right here, okay, just kind of like the old one. I said, well, if I put it there, then I have to turn my phone like sideways. Yeah, I could do it on an angle, I guess. Blah, blah, blah. Move the phone out of the way. It still allows me to get the camera out, but you know, the door doesn't go all the way down. So now that I'm making this video, literally just now, as I mentioned that, I said I could drop it straight down here. Problem with this mount is I got this cable right here that just kind of doesn't want to, you know, be friendly. So I guess I won't be using this. I don't know. I kind of want it up here simply to get kind of like my hands in the camera, just to add a little bit more life to the video, I guess, as opposed to just nothing but road. So I'll have to try it both ways, but for now I kind of like this option because I actually didn't do it before. Having this down here hanging from the bottom, and the camera is free of everything, cables, just absolutely everything. And I kind of like that. It's kind of working for me. So I think I might do that. But anyways, the point of this video is to show you guys how I mount it. The type of mount, metal, right? Has to be a metal. You don't want plastic. If there's any type of flex between here and the actual housing, if the housing itself can wiggle. So I read online somewhere, and somebody said, basically, which is really cool because it's facts. Once it's mounted, take your finger and flick your camera or your housing. If by flicking it, it moves at all, you got a problem. It's gonna have a jiggle, right? Just a slight jiggle with every bump is going to cause the vibration to be amplified, and the gyro or the image stabilization is not going to be able to counter this action. I mean, it will slow it down a little bit, but you'll still have a lot of shake. So by having a solid mount on a solid surface, and then this mounted really solid, I'm going to show you that in a minute. What I did is I kind of made my own bolt setup. So I went to Home Depot with the original mount screw. Same screws that come with the GoPros, they all come with the all action cams, okay? On this mount here, these were threaded, but I kind of cut them down. So I bought a nut and a threaded bolt that's a little bit longer. And then I, basically, this gets bolted and down because, I'll tell you why. And even with the GoPro, it was the same exact thing. So the thickness of these plastic mounts for the camera might be just, you know, 1/1000th of an inch of a millimeter, slightly too thin within the actual metal. I mean, this is pretty, you know, it's obviously, there's friction there, it's firm. However, you want the ability with the nut and the bolt to kind of pinch these well, basically the outside metal, the black, the two blacks, not the plastic. You want to basically crush them, but not crush them to break anything. You want to squeeze them together so that they're squeezing the plastic and everything is basically in a crushed, mild to crushed position. You understand? Okay. I'm just using the word crushed. So this is my original setup. This is how all my videos are taken, or the videos that you've seen. And if you haven't seen the video, go back and look at it. This is how it was mounted, but I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mount it down here. You climb it. Let's see. All right, that's how you do wheelies. Let's see. Holy Jesus. All right. All right, that's what that little sprocket is for. Holy shit. That makes a huge